Once our ODK or Kobo Collect has been configured, now we are going to fill the form. So we go to our Kobo Collect, then we say start form, new form. So we shall have our form, then we click it. So this is the questionnaire. So first is our personal information, that is the name. For example, if I'm the one visiting the place, that I'm going to put my name. Okay, then my job title, for example, I'm a cold chain technician. If you're a cold chain assistant, you put. If you're EPA supervisor, you put. Then I also put my contact number. So this is not my real contact number, but I'm just using it as an example. And then also I put the date of visit. If it is today, I put this date. Then the state. Now this is the place that I've visited. Which state have I visited? For example, in South Sudan we have all the states and administrative areas. So you select the state or the administrative area that you visited. So if Upper Nile, then the counties of Upper Nile also will come. If there's any error, please you have to put in the comment section so that I know that a count has been missed. So I put Akoka, then name of the health facility in Akoka that I have visited. So for example, if I have visited Bentiang, okay, I can put the name of the facility here that I have visited, Bentiang. Next, is it a county cold chain? Is it a PSCC? Is it a PSU? I select. Then also the name of the contact person, the person who is in that facility, the contact person there, or the responsible person, and also the phone number for that person. Just this is phone number is an example. Then, does the facility have a cold chain? Yes. Okay, if you say yes, it will give you. So if you say no, it will not give you the cold chain information. So we say yes, then it will give us the type of cold chain equipment. You select one by one. If there are two, you first select the first one. So we have various there. Refrigerator, for example. Okay, then what is the model? You put it of that equipment, and then also the serial number for that equipment. Then what is the status? Just when you visited at that moment, is it functional or not functional? It's not functional, for example. Then it will tell you what is the fault that has been reported. Is it a breakdown? Is it not installed? Has it been vandalized? Does it need preventive maintenance? Other, or has it been affected by floods? So you select, for example, breakdown. Then what action or task have you taken? So if you're a technician and you've repaired or you've installed, you put it, or you've just assessed. For example, you just went to do assessment only, you also put. Okay, if also other thing, you put other. So you have repaired. Did you use any spare part? Yes. If yes, then you will put the name of the spare part. If you say no, then you will proceed. So for example, if I put that I use the spare part, and then I put the name of the spare part here. For example, it's in a fan or e-box. Let's say it's an e-box that I've replaced. Then we come to quantity, how many. For example, it's only one e-box that I've replaced. So after doing that, after the task, what is the status of the equipment? Is it still is it functional? Is it still not functional? Or it is functional? Not functional. Okay. So here now, if there is another equipment at this point, you say add. But if there's only one equipment, you just press cancel. This one is to help us. If a facility has more than one equipment, then you say add. For example, if it has two, then you say add, and then you will see down somewhere there is a 2. If you see here the first one, it shows that equipment number 1. So when you say add, also information for equipment number 2. Then you also select, is it a freezer, is it a combine? Combine is when it has 2 compartments. And then you put the model also. For example, the combined one, the common model we have is 2043 STD. Okay. Then also the serial number, almost same information like the previous equipment. Also, is it functional? For example, yes, if it is functional. And if you have done preventive maintenance, okay. Did you use any spare? For example, no. Okay. If just you say other, which means you just say maybe no action has been taken. If you've just gone and maybe you are not to do anything on it, you can just say no action taken. For example, maybe you are not a technician. So is spare part used? No. Is it functional still? Say yes if it is functional. Okay, much as you've done nothing, but you found it functional and also it is still functioning. So you click functional, for example. Then if there's another third equipment, you say add, but since there are only two, you just click cancel. Okay, then you click cancel. You go to the next, which is the fridge tag. Is there a functional fridge tag in the vaccine fridge? For example, if you say yes, and then it will tell you, have you added another one? Did you go with one other? If you say no. So does the facility have vaccines in the fridges or in the fridge? If yes, you say yes, then it will show you the vaccines available. But if you say no, the part of vaccines will not appear. So we say yes, and it will show us the vaccines that we use in South Sudan. So you select, this is the inventory or the quantities for each. So if you say BCG, you put the batch number for BCG and then also the expire date. So you fill each vaccine at a time. If you have all the vaccines, you fill one. After finishing, you fill another one. Okay, so you select the exact expire date that appears on the vial, on the ampoule, and then also the quantities. Here now, you just put the number of vials, not doses. You just put for us number of vials or ampoules. Then VVM stage. VVM stage 1 and 2, they are the usable, and stage 3 and stage 4 you know very well, it is a discard stage. So you select which one. So if you say you have another vaccine, you also select add, and then it will give you which other vaccine do you want to log in. For example, let us say Penta. You also click Penta again, and then you also fill the same information, batch number and expiry date for Penta. So this is how you log in the vaccines one at a time. If the vaccines have different batch numbers, you can log, for example, Penta and also another Penta which is different batch number. You also log it again after. So this one will help us have the information for the vaccines in that very health facility or that very county cold chain or state cold chain facility. Okay, so you're filling in the expire date for that vaccine, Penta. This is just a sample, but you will see the exact expire date from the vial and also the batch number from the vial. So after filling in that, then you put the quantities just like the other one, maybe 13 vials, then the VVM stage. So if in case you find VVM stage 3 and 4, assuming you put 3 and 4, it will ask you for 3 and 4, are they still in the fridge? If you say yes, it will ask you. If yes, advise the responsible staff to remove out of fridge. So at the end of the day, you will see yes, VVM stage 3 and 4 has been removed out or not removed. It will depend on the. So here, if there's also another vaccine, you log in. For example, TD or measles, you continue adding. If not, you go to the next, and then you have, are there vaccines out of stock? You say yes. If you yes, now you select which are those vaccines that are out of stock. Out of stock meaning that they have zero quantities at that facility or at that store. So if the vaccine is not there, then you select whatever is not there, and then you go to next. Have you conducted any on-job training? For example, if you went there and you did some coaching, orientation, refresher, just on job, then you put in the details. How many staff have you done the on-job training at the facility? Maybe one at that time. Then you put the name of that stuff that you've trained on job. Maybe you showed him how to arrange vaccines or how to do preventive maintenance, any other training that you did just on ground on job. And then also you put his title, for example, it's a vaccinator, and then it's his telephone number. Okay, you put his telephone number. So if there are more than one, then you say add. If there is only one, you say cancel. Then you go to the next. Then you take the GPS at the facility. So preferably it's good when you take it outside the building so that you get the correct GPS easily. So you get out of the building or of the room, and then you take the GPS around the compound. It's always good to wait until it takes it automatically, so that accuracy is required. Yes, after that, then you go to the next, that is any other comment. This is not mandatory, but if there's another comment you want to input, you can input here at this section, anything. If not, you just say next. You will not be required to fill anything. For example, here somebody says technician is expected next week, maybe here in this facility. So you put that comment. Or vaccine request has been placed or is by contact person. So that is all, and then you will save as a draft or you finalize. If you feel you want to do some editing later, you save as a draft, but if you feel information is okay, then you finalize form. When you finalize, you can't edit again, but when you save as a draft, we shall see it will appear where the draft is. You see that where there's a draft, there's one form, which means it is. So when you click it later, it will give you all the sections after maybe you've done any editing. Okay, you will finalize it, and then it will jump to ready to send. So you have one form ready to send. So from here, when you go where there's internet, you click it, and then you select, and when you say send selected form, once you do that, then the form will be sent. So this can be done whenever you are connected to the internet. Then in the sent area, now there's no form to be sent. So this is how we fill and send our form. Now in the send section, we have 2 forms that have been sent. Okay, thank you very much.